by his father, King Charles, from Highgrove. Yes, this was before the appalling behaviour. This is now. Do you notice the picture that's missing from the wedding? For very good reason.
Meghan seems to think she's fighting with Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and of course, William, the Prince of Wales.
King Charles quietly removed a photograph from his home this week and stayed completely silent about it. At the same time, reports claim Harry became deeply emotional over a little one's birthday photo. Then came another shocker. Boeing reportedly pulled away from what many believed was one of his final major business connections. And behind the gates of that Montecito mansion, the tension suddenly feels impossible to hide. This entire week flipped the story upside down, and there are details people are barely talking about. It all starts with one royal birthday.
Prince Harry is apparently having this breakdown with friends, revealing to Richard Eden how the lovely new image of Charlotte left him feeling very sad.
Princess Charlotte turned 11 this week, and William and Catherine followed the same tradition they always do. One clean photograph, warm lighting, natural setting. Charlotte smiling directly into the camera, looking relaxed, confident, and genuinely happy. The picture instantly spread across newspapers, social media, and TV broadcasts everywhere. And according to reports, that moment hit Harry hard. Sources connected to Harry told royal journalist Richard Eden that seeing Charlotte's photo dominate headlines left him feeling deeply upset.
I do think that the British royal family should remove their titles from them because she does not have very high standards.
Friends reportedly said Harry feels emotional, knowing Archie, now 7, and Lilibet, now 4, are growing up far away from royal relatives and missing regular family connections. Now keep that in your mind for a second, because this is where people online started noticing something else. Look carefully at Charlotte's photo. Her face is fully visible, front and center, smiling straight at the public with confidence. Then compare that to the birthday images Meghan shared for Archie during the exact same week. The first image was an old baby photo from 2019, Harry asleep on a couch with newborn Archie resting on his chest. But here is the detail many people caught immediately. It was not even the original image. It was a photo of a photo being held in Meghan's hand.
Prince Harry is having such a nervous breakdown that a picture of his young niece celebrating her birthday, lovely young woman who he no longer has anything to do with because of his appalling treatment of her parents, sends him into some type of meltdown. The biggest meltdown he's feeling right now is as a result of his erasal.
And critics online quickly started asking questions. Some believed the older picture felt safer to share because Archie no longer looks like that tiny baby anymore. The image reveals almost nothing current. Then came the second picture. 2 children walking along a shoreline with their backs turned completely away from the camera. No visible faces, just silhouettes holding sticks with mountains far off in the distance. And people noticed something important fast. This is now the second year in a row that Archie's birthday post avoided showing his face directly. Last year, it was a sunset silhouette. This year, another back-facing image near the ocean.
For an old friend of the Duke of Sussex tells Richard Eden that Harry desperately wishes his own children, Prince Archie, who turned 7 yesterday, and Princess Lilibet 4, enjoyed the same sort of childhood as their cousins Charlotte, Prince George, and Prince Louis. Who took that right and that opportunity away from them? Chickens coming home to roost is the saying that rings a bell here.
Meanwhile, Charlotte's portrait showed openness and visibility. That contrast exploded across comment sections in both Britain and America. Many people were not buying the emotional narrative being pushed around Harry at all. One comment in particular gained huge attention online, collecting nearly 1,000 likes in a short time. "He is not sad, he is jealous." That single sentence sparked a massive debate. And here comes the part critics say Harry probably wishes people would forget completely. Remember the dramatic exit from royal life? The private jet leaving Britain behind, the headlines, the interviews, the excitement surrounding what was reportedly called the Freedom Flight.
But Harry is very sad that they are missing out on life with the rest of their family. During his return visit to Britain last September, Harry told a friend that he and his wife Meghan plan to educate their children in this country, meaning the UK. Harry feels his children are missing out on the extensive family network that their cousins are enjoying.
Back then, Harry appeared relieved to leave palace life behind entirely. No more royal structure, no more constant traditions, no more living under royal rules and expectations. The move was presented as the beginning of independence, freedom, and total control over their future. But now, years later, the public conversation suddenly sounds very different, and people are starting to ask whether the reality matched the dream at all. Harry once sat across from Oprah Winfrey and told millions watching that members of the royal family made deeply troubling comments and treated him unfairly. Then came Spare, the explosive memoir that pulled back the curtain on years of private royal drama.
Can I just tell you, he hasn't maintained the friends and the confidants from his school days, because I know some of those guys and they find his behaviour truly reprehensible. They find the way that he treats the British royal family truly reprehensible. So can we please stop this propaganda that Harry is still in touch with all of these old mates? No. Most of them think that he is a scumbag and feel like the rest of the British public.
The book talked openly about arguments with William, tensions inside the family, painful memories from childhood, and deeply personal moments involving people who had spent their entire lives avoiding public scandal. Reports claimed the deal brought in around $20 million, and the headlines exploded everywhere. At the time, Harry described his royal upbringing as emotionally difficult. He spoke about wanting freedom. He celebrated leaving royal life behind and starting over in California with Meghan. But now, years later, the conversation sounds completely different.
Why would they try to not do something like that? Look at everything that Harry has done. The royals have no voice. This is the one way they have a voice.
Suddenly, stories are appearing claiming Harry feels emotional because his offspring are growing up far away from royal relatives and missing the exact environment he once worked so hard to leave. And online, people immediately spotted the contradiction. One comment getting massive attention this week asked, "Where was this sadness when he was writing Spare? Where was the heartbreak when he was sitting on Oprah's sofa?" That question spread fast because many viewers believe the timing says everything. Back then, the opportunities were pouring in non-stop. Huge media contracts, massive interviews, speaking appearances reportedly worth enormous amounts of money, Hollywood connections everywhere. The Sussexes were suddenly surrounded by some of the biggest celebrity names in the world.
The friend conceded that Harry might have a challenge selling his plan to Meghan. Oh yeah, no sugar, Sherlock, who is said to consider sending children to boarding school barbaric. Well, that is a dig. Can I just be clear about what's going on here? That is a dig at Prince William and Catherine, who are probably intending to send Prince George to a boarding school.
George and Amal Clooney appeared close. The Obamas were publicly supportive. Oprah welcomed them warmly. Serena Williams stood by Meghan for years. Every red carpet, every elite event, every luxury opportunity seemed wide open. But people online now believe that energy slowly started fading away. One by one, those powerful Hollywood friendships became less visible. Public appearances together became rare. Media buzz cooled down. Even critics who once defended the Sussexes started talking less about them entirely. Reports also claimed Harry's speaking fees dropped sharply over time, fueling even more debate about whether Hollywood's excitement around the Sussex brand had started losing momentum.
A way of showing, how they feel about things, because they can't otherwise with their voice or with, other ways. This is a great way to show how you feel, right? So I don't know why they do that. Like, why would they try? I mean, I guess they want to show themselves as being a magazine that's not trying to be too, combative or whatever. But just, look, just say what the reality is. We're all thinking it.
And now, according to critics online, Harry is left watching royal family moments from thousands of miles away, while the institution he once escaped continues moving forward without him. That is why the internet reaction has been so brutal lately. Many commenters believe Harry willingly walked away from royal life, publicly criticized it for years, and is only now realizing what was lost in the process. But the next detail shocked royal watchers even more. Royal photographer Chris Jackson visited Highgrove this week, King Charles's private countryside estate in Gloucestershire. Jackson was there for an event and casually uploaded several Instagram story clips from inside the residence.
Why Hollywood stars have deserted Harry and Meghan. When was the last time you heard the Clooneys, George and Amal Clooney, speaking highly of Harry and Meghan? The Obamas, gone. Oprah Winfrey, Gwyneth Paltrow, even Serena Williams, a tennis player, has said, "Sorry, Meghan, game, set and match, I'm not interested." So they've lost the celebrities.
At first, nothing looked unusual. Just elegant rooms, furniture, decorations, and quiet snapshots from inside one of the most famous royal homes in Britain. Then viewers spotted something missing. For years, one particular wedding photograph from Harry and Meghan's 2018 ceremony had reportedly been displayed inside Highgrove. Fans had seen it before in earlier videos and social media posts from visitors touring the home. But this week, people noticed the frame was no longer sitting in its usual place. Instead, royal fans claimed two different photographs had appeared nearby, one showing Harry with William and Charles during happier family moments, and another showing King Charles holding young Prince Louis. That tiny detail instantly exploded online.
Magazine, actually, King Charles's Highgrove shake-up sees Meghan Markle photo move. His Majesty King Charles has had a reshuffle at his beloved countryside home in Gloucestershire. A new look inside reveals. But as Long Sally, aka Sue Smith, revealed, bye-bye Meghan. They took her picture down, and I don't blame them. Cleansing the house of evil. It was actually Chris Jackson, you know, the Getty photographer who does a lot of royal stuff, who put this out there to the world, because I think he had taken those pictures that do remain on the table.
Some publications suggested the wedding picture may have simply been moved elsewhere in the house, but longtime royal watchers were not convinced so easily. And here is why people are paying attention to this so closely. Highgrove is not just another royal property. King Charles has personally designed and managed the estate for decades. From the gardens to the furniture placement, nearly every detail inside that home reflects his direct choices and personal taste. People familiar with the estate often describe Charles as extremely careful about presentation and symbolism. So when objects suddenly disappear or change position inside those rooms, royal fans notice immediately, and they start reading between the lines. Inside royal circles, people believe nothing inside those palaces changes without a reason.
As Hello went on, His Majesty King Charles loves spending time at his Gloucestershire home, Highgrove, and the countryside retreat is full of very personal elements, including family photographs. A fresh look inside the royal residence has revealed that the monarch has had a reshuffling of the photo frames, and seemingly a photo of Meghan and Harry's wedding day has been moved from its prime position. An Instagram story by royal photographer Chris Jackson, who was at the property to host an event, quickly snapped two of his own images on display in one of the gorgeous rooms. A small wooden table showed an image of Prince Harry shoulder to shoulder with his brother Prince William and father King Charles. Another showed King Charles holding his grandson Prince Louis. In 2024, influencer Lydia Millen spotted this very spot, but eagle-eyed fans will be able to spot the difference.
Photos do not randomly appear. They do not randomly disappear either. And that is why the timing of this latest moment sparked so much attention online. The wedding photograph reportedly vanished during the same week Archie turned 7, just one day after Meghan shared the now heavily discussed shoreline birthday image showing the children from behind. At the exact same time, King Charles was hosting his annual garden party at Buckingham Palace, while Britain marked the 3rd anniversary of his coronation. To many royal watchers, this did not feel like simple redecorating. They saw it as something much bigger. Because here is something many people outside the UK often miss completely. The royal family almost never responds directly to controversy in public.
There used to be an image taken on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's 2018 wedding day on display. Now, of course, Hello magazine, because they're pretty soft on these things and quite careful with Harry and Meghan, said there's a chance Charles's team has simply chosen to display the wedding image elsewhere, but it's lovely to see the smiling snap of Charles and Louis now proudly on display. I mean, pull the other one, P. Diner. Of course, this is not a coincidence. This is absolutely symbolism, and it backs up what I have been reporting earlier in the show, which is that this delusion that Harry has that things are great between him and Charles is increasingly out of touch.
They do not jump onto television interviews. They rarely issue emotional statements. Every appearance, every sentence, every photograph is carefully managed and heavily controlled. So instead, royal observers believe the family communicates through symbolism, through quiet gestures, through subtle changes people are meant to notice later. A picture moved, a seat changed, a missing frame sitting in the background of an Instagram story. And according to online discussion this week, the message people think Charles sent could not have been more obvious. The Harry and Meghan wedding photograph was reportedly gone. In its place were images connected to the future generation of the monarchy instead. For critics online, the symbolism practically screamed off the screen. Many viewers interpreted the move as a quiet signal that the institution is focusing forward now, not backward. One viral comment that gained hundreds of likes summed up the mood online perfectly.
Erase you from history, erase you from, looking like you're still a part of the family. Absolutely, they did that intentionally because they're sending a message Why would they try to not do something like that? Look at everything that Harry has done. The royals have no voice. This is the one way they have a voice, is through these symbols. And, taking away a photo allows them to show, how they feel about something.
Do not just remove a photo, Charles. Remove the titles too. Put your crown on and act. That comment spread fast because emotions around the Sussex story have clearly become more intense recently. But then another report dropped, and suddenly the conversation became even more dramatic. Veteran tabloid journalist Rob Shooter appeared on Maureen Callahan's podcast this week and made claims that immediately exploded across entertainment media. Shooter has reportedly followed the Sussex operation closely for years, and listeners paid attention to every word. According to his reporting, Harry and Meghan are now allegedly living very separate lifestyles inside their Montecito home. Different friend groups, different daily schedules, different priorities, different social circles.
Trouble brewing in Montecito? Friends of Prince Harry have revealed his one wish for Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, but Meghan may need to be convinced. Prince Archie turned 7 this week, and his cousin, Princess Charlotte, celebrated her 11th birthday. And friends of Prince Harry have said how sad Harry is that his children do not have a relationship with their cousins or with the wider royal family network.
And the line that really caught attention online was this: they reportedly share no common interests. That single sentence spread everywhere overnight. Now, to be fair, none of these claims have been officially confirmed by Harry or Meghan themselves. But the reports fueled huge conversations online, because people immediately connected them to everything else happening around the Sussex brand recently. Critics began arguing that the relationship now appears more business-focused than personal. Some even described the Sussex name itself as the main thing still tying everything together publicly. The podcasts, the fashion projects, the lifestyle branding, the business meetings, the media deals. According to online speculation, many people believe the public image has slowly shifted from royal fairy tale to corporate partnership. And then came another detail that really got people talking.
It's really sad to watch it actually happening, because we know that these children are experiencing a very secluded life that is not going to give them the full life that they should have as real royals, living in the UK.
Reports claimed Harry has quietly stepped into a much more home-centered role in California. School pickups, family routines, cooking, parenting responsibilities, social media-friendly moments around the house and garden. Meanwhile, Meghan has reportedly stayed heavily focused on business projects, brand expansion, meetings, and media work. Online reactions to that shift were intense because many people immediately compared Harry's current life to the role he once held inside the monarchy. Just a few years ago, Harry represented military charities, attended major state events, and carried official royal responsibilities across the Commonwealth. He was constantly surrounded by structure, duty, public appearances, and global attention. Now, critics online are asking a completely different question. Did Harry trade royal purpose for celebrity uncertainty? And judging by the reaction this week, that conversation is only getting louder.
Crisis for Invictus is a crisis for Harry. So the brilliant News Nation journalist and reporter Paula Froelich, who's been a thorn in the Duke's side with her powerful investigations, has revealed that a big-name sponsor is now pulling out of the event. You've heard me right. Boeing, one of the biggest companies in the world, are done. They are out. They've checked out of the project. Now, one's got to conclude that they're furious and don't want to be associated with the toxic Sussex brand.
Now comes the question people online keep arguing about non-stop. Would Meghan ever agree to raising the little ones in Britain or sending them to school there? Most royal watchers already believe they know the answer, and according to the speculation spreading this week, that answer is a hard no. Many commentators think California is not just home for the Sussex family anymore. They believe it is also part of the long-term strategy surrounding stability, privacy, and control over the family's future. Online discussions have exploded with theories about how complicated things could become if the kids ever permanently relocated to the UK. Some critics even claim Harry privately misses Britain far more than he admits publicly.
So Harry's identity is tied up in Invictus because, of course, he always reminds us that he's an ex-military veteran himself. And, of course, the cause is a valuable one. We're talking about injured servicemen and women who are heroes twice over. Firstly, in the field of war and combat, fighting for the freedoms that we enjoy every day. And they're heroes again, having suffered PTSD, mental health problems, physical injuries, lost limbs, participating in elite sport. So Invictus is a brilliant idea and it's done great stuff. But there are big problems financially which could destroy the whole project. And be clear, no Invictus, no Harry.
Reports continue surfacing about him wanting stronger family connections for the little ones and feeling nostalgic about parts of royal life he once rejected. But according to people following this story closely, that vision feels almost impossible now. The little ones have grown up in California. Their routines, schools, friendships, and daily lives are based there. And after years of distance between Harry and the royal family, many viewers believe there is simply no realistic path back to the old system anymore. And while that debate keeps growing louder online, another crisis suddenly hit Harry from a completely different direction. Because now people are talking about money again. And this latest development sparked serious concern around the future of one of Harry's biggest public projects. Over the past few years, critics have repeatedly pointed to major business deals that slowed down, changed direction, or quietly faded from headlines. The Netflix partnership faced non-stop scrutiny. The Spotify deal ended early. Reports around speaking appearances cooled down. Celebrity connections that once looked unstoppable became far less visible. But through all of that, one thing still gave Harry credibility in the eyes of many supporters: the Invictus Games.
So with roughly 15 months until the event in Birmingham happens, we have just 11 unnamed sponsors who are contributing a reported $7 million. This according to the excellent Paula Froelich. Now, that is a stark contrast with Vancouver last year, where Boeing and ATCO served as co-presenting sponsors alongside 44 corporate partners.
Unlike celebrity branding or media contracts, Invictus carried real emotional weight. It focused on wounded veterans, recovery, resilience, and military communities. Even many critics of Harry continued praising the project itself because of the people it represents. That is why this latest sponsor story caused such a huge reaction online. Boeing, one of the largest corporations connected to Invictus, reportedly stepped away after previously announcing a major partnership in 2023. And critics immediately started asking dangerous questions about what that decision could mean for the organization moving forward. People online were stunned because Boeing is an enormous global company with massive resources. Commentators quickly pointed out that partnerships like this are usually carefully calculated long-term investments. So when reports surfaced suggesting the relationship ended far sooner than expected, speculation exploded everywhere. Then came the financial comparisons, and that is where the conversation became even more heated. According to reports discussed online this week, the Vancouver Invictus Games involved dozens of corporate partners, while future planning for Birmingham appeared to involve far fewer confirmed sponsors so far. At the same time, public funding connected to the event also became part of the debate.
This is absolutely disastrous for Harry. Harry's Invictus nightmare. With the Netflix broadcasting contract up in smoke, with Harry's rate for speaking engagements having gone from $1 million per appearance to $50,000.
Critics began questioning where money was going, how efficiently events were being managed, and whether the focus had shifted too heavily toward media image instead of direct veteran support. And the detail that triggered the strongest reactions involved expenses faced by some competitors themselves. Reports circulating online claimed certain veterans still needed to cover portions of their own travel and accommodation costs during participation. That sparked outrage across comment sections because many people believe wounded service members should never struggle financially while representing an organization created in their honor. The emotional response became intense very quickly. Viewers started comparing Invictus spending numbers to other military sporting events with smaller budgets, asking why costs appeared dramatically higher despite similar goals. One viral comment gaining major traction summed up the anger this way: "These brave men and women deserve the very best support possible." That sentiment spread fast because, regardless of political opinions or royal drama, public sympathy for injured veterans remains extremely strong. At the same time, critics also revisited older controversies involving branding, publicity, and celebrity image management surrounding the Sussexes. Online discussions pointed toward moments where public appearances, fashion attention, and commercial projects appeared to overlap in ways some viewers found uncomfortable. Fair or unfair, many people now believe the Sussex brand has become deeply tied to controversy itself. And once public trust starts slipping, corporate sponsors often become cautious very quickly. That is why Boeing's reported exit created such a massive wave of speculation this week. People are no longer just debating Harry and Meghan's popularity. They are questioning the long-term stability of the projects and partnerships connected to them. And now the conversation getting louder online is simple. If one major company steps away, who might be next? Don't forget to subscribe to Crown Clash, leave a like, drop a comment, and see you next time. The royal drama is only getting hotter.